we got some new updates. Archer legendary heroes just got way better. A lot of players were asking for the developers of the game to make Archer gameplay much more rewarding, and they basically buffed some of the Archer legendary heroes, right? As an Archer main who played this game for more than 1000 days, of course, I'm excited to share the updated version of the heroes, and because I believe those are quite huge for some heroes, right? We got multiple hero skills changed, and even some new mechanics, so let's try out and let's find out how strong new Archer heroes are going to be, right? The first hero which I want to speak is of course the newest Archer hero, which is Ruby, right? G5 hero. What changed regarding Ruby, right? Awakening skill at first, right? Because before we had 25% chance to strike additional extra normal attack damage, but Awakening skill says something different, right? After entering battle, launches a follow-up normal attack, and we're gonna speak about follow-up feature later. Every second against a random enemy legion located farthest away within attack range, right? So further your opponent will be, that's when you are dealing damage to that march. If this enemy legion is the current target, the damage factor is 50. If it's any other enemy legion, the damage factor increases to 100. Of course, it will happen only during the PvP gameplay, not in Garrison or rallies, right? So it's a pretty huge change, right? We are getting some constant damage from the Awakening skill. Before it was just 25% chance, and those chances, sometimes chances are like that you won't gonna proc the Awakening skill of Ruby at all, right? So finally, something which will be always applied towards the gameplay, which will make Ruby's damage even more consistent, right? Also, what's changed regarding Ruby is also important thing which we have to speak about, the follow-up normal attack, right? Because every wording which was in the game in terms of normal attack, extra normal attack, it basically got changed for every single hero, and instead of extra normal attack, there is a follow-up normal attack, right? And let's check out what it actually does. This damage type is considered normal attack damage and is affected by buffs and debuffs. That increases or reduces normal attack damage. However, when a legion takes follow-up normal attack damage, it will not trigger a counter attack, right? Nor any other skill effect that triggers when taking normal attack damage. So all the buffs when taking normal attack damage, increased defense, counter attack damage won't gonna be affected, which means Ruby and all the heroes which has follow-up normal attack synergy, they will take less counter attack damage from the infantry or in general the heroes and hero pairs from the game, right? Which is nice. Imagine you had a skill which was allowing you to deal damage to multiple targets, but those targets together, everybody was dealing you counter-attack damage to your March, which is Ruby for example, and Ruby was really squishy. I think this will make Ruby and all the other heroes who gonna have follow-up normal attack much more tankier, and they will do even more damage. When you have a high HP, you actually deal way more damage, right? So this is the feature, new wording, pretty nice that it won't gonna be triggered by counter attack damage, and I think Archer heroes are going to be way more tanky for them who has follow-up of normal attack, right? So yeah, that's the things which changed, the Awakening skill and wording and follow-up normal attack, but we have other heroes which got even more important updates, right? And for example, Falgrim. I have said many times that Falgrim and SYBIL are not the best Archer heroes. They are basically average, and that's why I guess they decided to buff Falgrim's first skill, right? Which is the most important skill. What was before? Before it was Penetrating Bolt, which was dealing damage to 2 nearby legions and quite good amount of scale damage factor, right? A new skill, Public Punishment, actually changed some wordings, but not only wordings, right? Fires a bouncing bolt, right? It's not a penetrating bolt, it will be bouncing bolt, deals physical damage to target legion plus another instance of physical damage to the enemy legion behind it, right? So legion should be behind the march. The bolt will bounce 2 times like Musyang's first skill, the animation, and also this is really important, right? If the main target has over 50% units remaining or has defense break, so one or another, then the bouncing damage is increased by 50%, which is quite a lot of percentage. If there are no enemy legions behind the target, deals extra physical damage to the target legion, and 300 will be the maximum, right? So my thoughts regarding public punishment, I believe that this skill will deal more damage. I like that here is have one or another, right? 50% troops or defense break. I use Falgrim with Nico. In my 5 March, I have Nico, I have Kinara, which can apply defense break. So basically all the time we are going to proc this additional damage factor as long as we are using rage, right? Of course, I believe this one will be stronger in terms of damage, but the last one was easier to deal damage to multiple targets, right? This is one bad thing about this skill, that legion should be behind it, right? So if the march which you are attacking and there is another march to right side to it or left side, or that's the 2 ways, you won't gonna deal damage to the second target. It should be behind it, right? So it's something which you have to take it into the consideration, right? What about other skills? I believe there, of course, the naming got changed here, like 4th skill. Now it's bouncing bolt, before it was penetrating bolt. So for Falgrim, not only basically the skill name changed, like Falgrim got basically the new first skill, which does basically a lot of different things which we had before. Of course, I believe it will be stronger, but we have to get KVK in like 1 week. I will be able to test it out pretty well in open field PvP, and let's check how merits will increase, and I will be able to compare, right? The next a legendary hero which got a new skill is SYBIL, right? And I always said that SYBIL was one of the weakest open field legendary hero for archers. That's another reason why I don't invest in SYBIL. I always believed that SYBIL was purely for rallies, right? But after this update, SYBIL got a different life. She is super strong, right? And we have to mention Getaway Plan, and we have to mention, yeah, I believe Getaway Plan is the skill which got the highest change, if I'm correct, right? Basically, what you are getting, Marksman unit hero skill damage bonus, that's for the skill damage users. Marksman unit HP bonus, 20%. HP bonus is one of the best bonuses in the game. 10% march speed bonus, and normal attack damage bonus 200%. So basically, this one skill is better than all the skills SYBIL had before together, in my opinion. Also, when leading a Marksman Legion, so SYBIL should be leading, the Legion gains 20 desert charges per second. At 100 desert charge, all desert charges is spent to cause the next normal attack to... Basically, when you're gonna spend all the 100 charges, you're gonna deal 200% of normal attack damage bonus and grants 150 rage. So yeah, this legendary hero is basically different. Now I can already see a couple of situations where SYBIL will be viable, especially for both of the types, right? Even normal attackers will have 200% bonus, and the rage for skill damage users also will be great, right? So what I think about this change, as I mentioned, I believe SYBIL will be at least A tier. This is too good, right? This one skill gives you so much. Basically every single buff is really good for archers, and plus rage for archers, of course, skill damage users, and we all know how in this game like 200 and 300% normal attack bonuses are doing in open field PvP. Here we are having 200%, right? Only better legendary hero who has higher is Magrat. Magrat has, without awakening skill, 450. So, yeah, SYBIL is different. If you already have SYBIL awakened, you should be really happy because this hero is basically different. Explosive potential on reaching 500 rage, inflict defense break 10%, and up on the target for 15 seconds. That's quite a lot of time, and gains physical keen 40%. This is one of the best buffers in the game, maybe. And I believe as soon as I'm gonna awaken Kaelan and I will finish my Falgrim, I will have to put some levels on SYBIL, because these two skills, 40% attack bonus, basically Magrat has 40% attack bonus, 200% normal attack damage bonus, 450. Basically they understand what kind of amazing hero Magrat is, and they gave half of the power to SYBIL or something. So yeah, SYBIL changes are huge, so I hope you will have a good attention towards SYBIL. Also, something changed with the Kaelan and Fraegar and even Syndrion, for example. Yeah, the first skill has a follow-up normal attack. Other than that, I of course, the first skill also has a follow-up normal attack, so basically these skills also kinda got changed. Kaelan on the first skill has follow-up normal attacks instead of extra normal attack damage. Other than that, everything is pretty same. Also, yeah, fourth skill has follow-up normal attack instead of extra normal attack. 20 rage per second, this one will be huge, ignoring 10% of enemy defense for 3 seconds, while also gaining 20 rage per second. GG's. This is really good. And also Fraegar should has, yeah, on a Fraegar, first skill won't gonna be extra normal attack, and it will be a followed up normal attack buff, right? So what do you think about these changes with the Archer gameplay? Of course, I will be honest, I have not tested them out in the open field PvP because I'm in the home kingdom, but I can give you thoughts from my experience. For sure, I can guarantee you that these changes will make Archer gameplay way better. You will be able to generate more merits than before, for sure, right? The biggest change, in my opinion, is SYBIL. She is basically the new hero. New Archer hero, for example. And the second biggest change is that we don't have extra normal attack synergy in Call of Dragons, and instead of that we will have follow-up normal attack synergy, right? That's the second biggest change, and the third one will be the Falgrim's first skill, which has a different gameplay. Instead of penetrating bolt, which will deal damage to nearby legion, now we have bouncing bolt, which will deal damage to legion behind it, and also some extra buffs and extra ways of dealing damage through defense break or units remaining, right? Which is a way different whatever we had before in terms of penetrating bolt, right? So yeah, SYBIL number one, biggest, the second follow-up normal attack, and third one should be the Falgrim, right? I believe this one should be the happy days for Archer players, because from this after this update we will be able to generate more and more merits, especially against infantry players, because those ones are the ones who we are mostly targeting. One more thing which we have to say, Hates of Power is coming soon, and of course I'm going to push some power on these Hates of Power in order for me to get some additional seals, right? Until then, thanks for watching the video. As always, if you liked it, press like, subscribe, share. It always gives me more and more motivation to make more content for this game. I wish everybody amazing day, morning and night. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye and good luck.